Hey guys, I need to fix this. This is all jacked up. All right. There we go. How is everybody tonight? Sorry I'm so late. This is your favorite late night psychic medium. Oh, it takes me so long to get my energy sometimes. I apologize. Hello, hello, hello. It was weird. Like I did a second thing because like the 30-second thing because it showed I had 0 people. So I was like, oh crap, okay. Let me give them more time. Cause like I said, I know I'm late. Unfortunately. Hello, hello, hello. And I get to see who my night owls are from this. Hey, yeah. I needed a little bit of a break besides private readings. I get kind of drained really easy sometimes. You know? Yeah. I am just not, so many times I want to get on here in the afternoon and I usually do my private readings afternoon and the early evening. So, I don't know. I've been trying to do energy stuff all day. I just don't have energy during the day, I don't know what it is. Oh, hey, Cassie, how are you? Man, what are you doing up so early, Shaw? That's insane. I gotta get this bottle. Hold on one second. Give me that. No. Dang bottle freak. Sorry. I am hanging in best that I can. Let's just say that. Hanging in. If you guys haven't seen the article that was written, it's on the community page and also on the group. If you want to take a peek at it, I thought that was really cool. Yep, I'm like I said, your favorite late night psychic medium. Hey, it is what it is, right? See, still tired. I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a shower. I'll feel better. I think I feel even tireder. But gotta feed the doggos. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Yay. Yes, thank you. You know what? That's gotta be a record. I think we hit that in 11 days, I think Shazam was saying. That we hit 6K in 11 days. That's pretty good. Yep. So maybe people are starting to take notice, I guess, huh? Oh, you're welcome, DM. I hope it was helpful. I don't know. It's one of the more difficult ones I've done for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I've been busy, kind of, but yeah, that was my goal because my old channel was, I think, 5.1 or 5.12, which is weird because my old channel just got some new subscribers, which is weird. I don't know why people are subscribing over there when I have no new videos. So I find it kind of odd, but my old's getting subscribers, and now, which I don't understand, but okay. But anyways, I had in my old channel, I was trying to surpass my old channel, and we did. We did. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. So I cut my own hair, guys. That's it's kind of like I just like put in a ponytail and go chip chop. So it looks kind of weird sometimes, but I don't know. I get annoyed with my hair down. I don't know about you guys. Yeah. I mean, it's taken a lot of hard work. Let's just say that. And my TikTok, I think, is like maybe 100 and something away from 1,000 finally. So I have the hardest time growing on TikTok, but yet my cat one, I got 2,000 followers on my cat one, but I'm having a hard time getting the psychic one up. I don't know why, but what the? That must have been from my heater. That was weird. All of a sudden my light got brighter. Huh. Interesting. I might even turn it off because it's actually kind of warm in here, which is weird for me. I got one of those oil heaters. I got it off of Finger Hut so I could get some kind of heat going on in here. They actually look pretty good. So just letting people come. Actually, we have more than I thought we would, so that's good. Yeah, and you know what's crazy is like when I go back into the old auto writes for Delphi, there's so much that's clicking now. Like there's so much that's clicking from the old auto writes and the old readings. Like in 2019, I listened to the second one, and I mean the 2019, the second part, not the second one. So it was the second part of 2019. I mean, I described everything: the Kurtzavar, apocryphary, I think is how you say it. It was weird. Like everything came in at one time that described him. And I didn't know that because I haven't listened to that reading since. So, I mean, if you haven't gone back into the old auto writes, keep in mind I did channel Evansdale and Delphi at the same time, so not everything's going to fit, as well as the other cases that interconnect. But I'm going to be doing an Evansdale reading to see what I can make sense of what fit them in the Delphi readings. But there's a lot that I channeled with him that actually is matching what the handwrite expert said. But because I went through all of them again. And so, it's kind of crazy when you go back and you see all that's fitting, but at the time it really didn't make a lot of sense. So, and I think, and to get a first and last name is literally unheard of. I think I've only seen Sensing Murder people do that, the people off of there. It's hard. It's not something I'm going to be able to do all the time. And it's that was something the girls, I guess, just did because it was time. I did make a reference to someone on a horse. I kept hearing how somebody rides a horse. I kept hearing the hooves hit the ground on that one. Done multiple readings on Summer Wells. Very all over the place. Because of the collective, because of everything. I will do one more reading, but when I feel pulled to do it, just like I did with Delphi, I did it when I felt pulled to do it and I got the correct information. So I will do that when I feel pulled to do it again because too many people were bothering her. There comes a time when you have to be respectful and not communicate with them all the time. I don't believe in doing that. The last time I tried to communicate with her, she was very energetically drained. I couldn't get a good read on it. And so not only am I letting her rest, but I'm trying to grow in my own gifts because this year I've grown a lot this year. So it's okay. Everything has a playlist. So all my readings has a playlist. So keep that in mind. You can always search in the playlist for them, especially if I do multiple readings. They've got a playlist. So when it comes to celebrities, I mean, I put them on the back burner unless it's something that's I feel pulled to do, because I just feel like, this is really energetically draining. And energetically draining as in, I have to I try to go with the murders and the missing people. It sounds good, true crime. I appreciate you saying hi. So we'll see on that, but I do different things like that on my Patreon, which I'm going to be doing, more on. I need to add a couple Patreons. So I appreciate people that are on Patreon being like, patient with me, because it takes a lot of energy. I don't think he's in. I don't think. So when it comes to, I haven't seen you in a while, Pam. Hey, when it comes to Dylan, I don't think he's far from the farm. I don't think he's in the mines. The one thing that he's adamant about is he's either close or on his property. And so that's how I feel about it. I got the crops a lot last time. If someone has a tractor, just think about that. So, sometimes my readings can get confusing with the interconnects. It definitely does. But if you are around enough, you'll kind of learn how I work with getting the future cases and the interconnects. It's unique, but it's confusing, I know. But anyways, back to kind of the celebrities. I kind of like put them on the back burner, or if I choose to do them, I'll do them for Patreon or something different like that. I try to put cases first just because I feel it's more important, unless there's something that like for sure needs to be said. And so yeah, that's how I am about, or if I feel pulled to do a case, because I try to go where I'm pulled. So the reason why I did the reading in Delphi in May was because I was pulled to do it. I thought I was done. I thought it was done in 2019. I wasn't going to do it anymore. So every time I did a reading, I feel pulled to do it. So now I'm feeling pulled to do Evansdale. As I said, I channeled all. Okay, so I did 10 auto writes on Delphi. And I'm sorry if I jump around. I got a little bit of ADHD. But I did 10 auto writes on Delphi, but I channeled all 4 girls. If you listen to them, I say I want to speak to Elizabeth and the Lyric and Abby and Libby. So I'm saying not everything in there is going to relate to Delphi. Some will relate to Evansdale. But I'm wanting to do an Evansdale. That's going to be my next one, because I want to separate what I feel fits with Evansdale and what fits with Delphi, because it's all mixed in. So that's the next one I think I'm going to do. I was asked to go on and do Flora on A Crime and Shame, but I think I want to do it here and then talk about it over there, just because of the way I like doing readings with Tammy. I feel like I get more information for whatever reason, whether it be boosting off of her own intuition. Sadistic truth teller, I don't know if they're going to, I don't know. Okay, so I saw news clippings that they might possibly, but always finding someone, unless I'm giving an absolute thing, like I can't ever say that they're going to find someone. It's something that has a lot to do with timing. They're found in the time that they're meant to be found. They're found the way that they're meant to be found. It kind of goes like that. So that's why I always say, like, the reason why I got what I got with Delphi was because I felt pulled to do it. I listened. They gave me the information because it was time for that information. And the girls knew that I worked really hard on that case for a very long time. So it's almost like, okay, you did all this. Now we're going to give you this because this is what's going to happen this year. So that's kind of how stuff works. It's all about timing. Because that's why I did get hints earlier. Okay, so the very first reading I ever did, I got Alan and Keegan or Kagan. So if you go back to the very first reading, there's a lot in there that validates who he is, but also says Alan and Kagan as a connection. Okay, so I got it way back. Then again in 2018, the very second part, if you listen to the second part of that, there's description you can't deny is him then. And I got an R with that. I got an R multiple times afterwards. Then in 2020, I got the name Richard. 2022, it came in Rick Allen again. And then in Dylan's last reading, if you watch the last reading I did Dylan, Richard came in, and John Bonet Richard came in. Spirit was trying to tell me it was going to be important, and that's why I say names and don't always fit these cases when they come in, and names again are hard to get. So it's really hard to like explain. Like you have to kind of see how the interconnects work. It's no different than Stephanie Parze doing her reading and then having Quentin come in with the landfill 3 years ago before he was ever born. So that's how my interconnects kind of work. So I do have a Patreon if you wish to join that. It is everything, all the ways to support me are down below. There is a wish list, there is Patreon, there is membership, there is my book, and I don't know what's going on with my merch. I got a weird message today, so you can try it. So yeah. So I do see that you donated to Venmo. Thank you very much. I'll get into the readings in just a second. It's kind of getting people to get here. So, the way that I do my donations on the live, it's, hi Angie, it's 25 and up. Whatever you want to donate from 25 and up. And you can get intuitive guidance, which you can ask a couple questions, or you can get a mediumship reading, which I prefer to work off of a picture. That's the best way that I connect. You can send it to my email, thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com. And if you have, whenever we do the mediumship, I kind of explain how I work. I do ask people, I will be putting a link below, and I do ask people to sorry, I get a little airheaded sometimes when Spirit's around, but I do ask just go through the Venmo. Here, hold on, Sandra. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. So I will put a link, and you will be coming on. You do not have to show your face, but your voice can help validate, because sometimes we will take parts of this reading and make them into separate readings. If you guys have looked at my channel, we take the separate lives from a separate mediumship if people want us to, or if, and you guys can always download it or whatever, right? Oh, you're good, Sandra. So that's how we do that. And then that way I can kind of I can get the validations from you on here instead of looking at the chat. It just helps things flow easier. Again, you do not have to show your face, but I do like to hear your voice at least, just because it's good. I don't have to sit here and read the chat and know where the validations is. And then people are watching it. They don't sit and read the chat for validation. So it works great. It works a lot better that way, to do the validation with you on here on StreamYards. And there's no need to apologize, Sandra. You're all good. So we'll get to the readings in just a second. DM, do you know what kind of reading you want? Like I said, you have a choice between intuitive guidance or mediumship. Yep, it is in the description box, and it is also right there as well. Thank you, True Crime. No, Rose. Okay. So I'm only going to be doing as much as my energy will allow. Sometimes it's 2 readings, sometimes it's 3 readings, sometimes it's 4 readings. It just depends on the reading and how draining it makes me. And whatever you don't, thank you very much for that. super chat. Whatever you do not, like if you make a donation, I do not get a reading to you, message me through email or Facebook or Instagram and I will still give you the reading, or we can settle it for another day and do it live. That's how I like to do it in case I run out of energy and I just can't go anymore. Because everybody that donates or does whatever, they will get the reading regardless. Just make sure that you contact me. Okay. So let me put this here for you, DM. And I'm going to actually go into my YouTube and pin it. In the comments so that you guys have it. That's how you get on with me. I'm just going to clear really quick as well. Okay, that's fine because DM's going to be before you anyways. So that's fine. I can figure out how to get here. Hello, Julie. I see a lot of new people. It's awesome. Okay, so that is pinned. Okay. So I got you in there. Okay, I'm going to come to you in just a second, Darian. All right. Just going to clear real quick, and then I'll explain kind of how these work depending on what reading you guys want, just so you know ahead of time so I don't have to re-explain it. Because I forgot to clear before I came on here like an idiot. Okay, so if you're wanting, thank you. I'm glad. I've worked 10 years to try to prove myself. Let's just say it's about time. I hate to say that, but let's just say everybody knows how hard I've worked and I've had to start over and everything. And it's really hard to prove yourself in this. It is. And I still have people that, want to come at me and say that I guess the names or whatever. It's impossible. I'd like to know what the odds of that are, and why it wasn't done sooner if that's the case. So let's just say it's about time. Okay. So if you're getting mediumship, all right. So, okay, I'll say it this way. So mediumship and intuitive guidance work similar. Okay. I can get past, present, and future. Things can be symbolic or have multiple meanings, and spirit will sometimes use my references, experiences, or how I relate to something to try to explain, what I'm trying to say. So if you guys are gonna send donations, please don't send it to Please don't send it to super chat. Only because super chat, it takes me a month to get it. And I really right now can't wait that long. So I'll do it this time for you, Crystal, but you guys make sure that you send it to my donation links, okay? Because also super chat takes I forgot 30% or something like that. Lady, where's your thing at? You're supposed to have a wrench. I don't know where your wrench is. Where the heck is Tammy at? Tammy's supposed to be here. Hold on. You still have a wrench, lady? Okay. So, I'll do it for you this time, Crystal. Like I said, you'll have to come on. I don't. There, you'll have to come on and do, like I said, like the validation thing. So, anyways, let me finish explaining what I'm saying. Oh, it is okay because I don't see it on my side. Yeah. Because I don't get my super chat and they take like 30%. So that's why I don't like to do it like that. I'm going to Do you have that? What? Hold on. I'm trying to. I don't know if my mods have this. Okay. Oh yeah, actually, I think I've talked about your pregnancy. Sorry, I keep getting off track. Damn it. Okay, so anyways, this damn ADHD, I swear. Okay. So information. Let me see. I need to write down these people that have done send super chats because I'll do it this one time, but please make sure that you send it through my links or through my other place because it's kind of a pain. Actually, I won't get it this month even. I'll get it next month and it'll be like they'll take 30%. So yeah, when we're doing readings, super chats kind of suck for me. Just FYI. So it's okay. Okay. So, anyways, let me get back to this because I got Darian waiting. So, again, information. Who gets a wrench? My wrench is Lady Grace has a wrench and Shazam have wrenches. They both have. Oh, and there's a couple other people on here too that have wrenches. So, I lost her. Okay, come back, Darian. I was just gonna explain kind of how I work. Come back. So, information can be past, present, or future. Symbolic have multiple meanings. Spirit will sometimes use my references and or experiences to try to explain what they are trying to say. When it comes to intuitive guidance, please remember that you guys have the free will to make your changes. So your free will and everybody else's free will can come into play. Although my predictions usually do come true, it's not written in stone. Okay, so keep that in mind with the intuitive guidance, that you guys have the free will to make your own decisions and own choices, that nothing is set in stone when it comes to psychic predictions. Only psychic predictions are about possibilities. Okay, so keep that in mind about that. Although my predictions do usually come true, I can't guarantee that that's something that will definitely happen. Okay, when it comes to mediumship, it's all the same: past, present, future, all of that. So as I get information, I'll need you guys to validate when you come on. And again, you'll need to come on and validate either with your voice or your video, whatever, and just validate. Makes sense to you. If it hang on to it. If it doesn't make sense, keep in mind they do mention people on the other side as well as those that are still here. So I appreciate you watching, Julie. Thank you. No, the wrench is for my mods. I know. I forgot to put it up tonight too. I apologize. How do you know? Yeah. Okay. Let me ask her what. No, I always tell people that I am in no way a doctor. When I say that before, I tell them information on it. So if you're watching the readings, I always tell people I am not a medical doctor. They need to seek their own stuff. So I always tell people that if they ask medical stuff. That's always so. I even put that in my private readings. Like, I'm not a medical doctor. You need to go to the doctor for advice, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. You need to go to your lawyer for legal advice. This is just spirit will never give, like, they won't predict if someone's going to pass away. They won't, except for I have had a dream and it did happen, but they won't normally, and they don't normally predict, if someone's going to get sick or anything like that. They will just tell you things that need to be checked out, yada, yada. That's kind of how it works. Okay, so. Okay. All right. Gift cards. You can always purchase a reading for someone else. You can do that at any time. It doesn't have to be. I don't know how to do gift cards. And since everything's remote, I'm not sure how that would work. But you can always pay for readings for someone else. You can always gift readings. You can always do that. I have people do that during the holidays. It's a good gift for anybody that's grieving or whatnot. When you get a Whataburger, please send me the Whataburger. You're all good. Okay. So yeah, yeah, let me know when you send it, cuz I have cuz I'm, and again, hold on. I'm writing it down. I think I only had Whataburger once in my life. BROLA. I need to. Where did you send it at? Venmo? Let me look. Because I kind of go off donations. All right. So. Okay. And then I just want to make sure. Yep, I got you. And like I said, I do have a P.O. box for fan mail. I've never had anybody ask me that before. The hounds are going off. I can hear them. Okay, so Emma Watkins, which one are you? Okay, so Crystal Phillips. I have to be able to keep track here. Okay, so I think I'm pretty filled up for now. I don't know how many of these I'm going to be able to do, but like I said, if I don't get to you, please contact me through Facebook, Instagram, or my email, and we will set up a time to do your reading, or we will take a time and do another live and do it on here if that's what you prefer. Just to let you guys know. Actually, it's not a P.O. box. It's not a P.O. box. I actually have a. It doesn't come through P.O. box, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Actually has a mail. Well, I'll see what I can get done. I'm just letting you guys know. Like, if I don't get everything done, you still get a reading, I promise. Okay? Just, it depends on how drained I get and what I'm doing. All right. I am, but I think I'm full up because the thing with my readings is they take so long and they take so much energy. Like, it's not like a 10-minute reading. It goes for like ever, and I've got to try to shorten it because it's a little much for me. I'm not used to having so many. I am, but like I said, if I don't get to you, so you guys can also always get a hold of me to get a private reading. Just wait patiently. There is a link You guys can click that link and come in the waiting room, basically, if you want to. I think they're gonna be full tonight. Let's see how far we get. We'll see how we feel. I've got 5 so far, so we'll see how far we get. All right. Let's bring on Darian. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry.
Oh, hey, you're good.
I get a little. I try to answer everybody in the chat, and I get a little off.
It's making me tired.
And you know what? I drain myself doing that too, because I don't realize that people actually drain me, and just from chatting, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim, go ahead and email me privately because it kind of goes to my address. So that's why I was like, I don't know if I should put that out. But yeah. Okay. So what kind of reading are you doing today?
Mediumship.
Okay. Can you send me a picture? Do you have a picture of who you want to connect with?
Let's see.
Since you have me on Facebook, you can just send it there.
Okay. Guess I should have already done that.
We'll see how far I get.
Let's do. It's a bad picture. I don't know if that's okay.
Yeah, Elaine, but you know, I end up doing like hour or 30 minutes, and then I can't, you know, I'm pretty drained by that. That's the only problem with doing it that way. But I try not to cut off spirit. And I like to give a lot of validation. That's another thing I like to do. So as long as spirit's giving me the information, then. Because I always feel like this, like if people are paying for my readings or paying me for readings, I want to make sure they get a good reading. And, you know, if I'm not giving, you know, I always just keep trying to get validation and validation and validation. And then that's why my readings go so long. And it's just like, so I can't do that many. Depending, I can do a lot more. You don't have a clearer one, do you? Which one is she? She's the one in the middle, right? The one that you can see the most of?
Yep.
And this is a different person than we talked about, right?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure they look very similar.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
To me, they do, and it might just be because they're older pictures.
Right.
So it's kind of like what we talked about, just validate what, you know, what you know, and if you don't, just hang on to it.
Yeah. I know everything about this one, so.
Okay, that's good.
Yep.
God.
I know.
It's so hard when people don't, because then I feel like I'm like so off track. It's not even funny if they can't validate.
Right.
And I know I'm getting it for a reason, but just to me as a human, it's like, oh, bunch sticks. Okay, so it's kind of weird. I get like it's like it comes across as like a grandmother energy, but it's weird because I keep hearing great grandma. In that I don't know if that's towards you or someone else, but they always talk about their connections that they've had with, you know, they've had when they were here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep, that was grandma.
Okay. But I guess she would also be a great grandma too. because it's weird because it's like I get both with her.
Uh-huh.
So I guess she wants to validate the fact that she's also a great grandma.
Absolutely.
And do you know why I would see like a bunch of kids around her? Like, I don't know if she had a lot of kids or she just like liked
Yep.
kids.
She
Okay.
had 5.
Okay, because I see them running around her. It's kind of the way
Insane.
the way she shows it in my mind is it's very hectic.
Yep.
It's very hectic. Like I just see all these kids running around, and it's weird because they're like almost like staggering in ages. Like they're very close to ages, like 1 or 2 years apart is the way it comes in.
That is
Um,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, I got chills with that, but um that's what she shows me. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Uh
So,
I'm just laughing because I just see these kids running around like it's weird. She's like standing there and all these kids are just running around her.
right, her face is like,
Yeah, exactly. And she comes across as like a homemaker.
Yep.
I see her carrying laundry, I see her doing dishes, I see her doing all that stuff, and at the same time her kids are running around her. It's almost like I'm doing all this stuff and I've got a kid on my hip and I've
Yep.
got, burping a baby and I've got I've got all these other kids running around. It's kind of like just like a hectic time because I think of the ages, like so staggering in ages. But she loved it at the same time. I
Mm-hmm.
think she comes across as she wanted to pull her hair out sometimes. And she's literally saying that. Like there's sometimes I really wanted to pull my hair out, but then there's other times where like I loved being a mom. I
Mm-hmm.
loved being a homemaker. And that's the way she comes across. Did she like cooking or was she a really good cook? Because I don't know. I see her in the kitchen like
She was very good cook, very good
okay.
baker. Yep.
She shows me like she's in the kitchen a lot.
Yep.
But the weird thing that she's cooking right now is pancakes. So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a specific pancake that she made or she made them a certain way. Like she made them kind of fun. But that's what she's showing me she's making now. But she shows me like she was in the kitchen a lot. And I also get baking with her as well. Like, and I think she had her own recipes because she's talking about
Yep.
like recipes written down and they're I feel like I don't know if they're passed down or people have carried on certain recipes of hers. What's weird is she shows me them written on cards.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me that she had her own recipes, and I don't know if she actually did have them on cards where she wrote them down. And there's like a Rolodex of them.
That's so crazy.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, she wouldn't tell anybody the recipes actually. She just memorized it, but I was the only one she would tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's why she's probably bringing it in, but that's the symbolic thing, like
Yeah.
just telling me about the recipes. And I still wonder like if she had them written down somewhere though at one
Right.
point because that would be hard to remember all that.
I'm sure she did, yeah.
Because she's talking about passing it down. You feel like one of her favorites. Does that make sense to you? Like you you clicked with her really well.
Yeah. Yep. We did
Yeah.
we did as I got older. When I was a kid, we didn't because I thought she was too stern.
Right.
Yeah.
And
We
that's
became best friends. Yeah.
that's her pulling her hair out kind of thing. Like she felt like she had to be stern, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like there's the old ways of disciplining in there.
Mm-hmm.
But she felt like she had to
Right.
because she wanted her kids to be well mannered, and she's like sometimes they weren't. Sometimes they were hard to get a handle on.
She had 4 boys, 1 girl.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They feel kind of rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just, so she had to get a little stern. So because she wants to reference you, and I know you're saying you got closer when you got older, but besides handing down and so she handed down recipes to you because it was, for some reason, it was special. You guys both have that same thing that you like. I don't know if you like to bake or cook or.
Yep.
So that's what you kind of get it from her is what she's saying. And
Yep.
so that's why she wanted to give it to you because she felt like it would be for good use. I also, there's a reference to, it's kind of weird. This is coming in. I don't know why she's showing me clothes. Um, but also with the clothes, she's showing
Oh
me
my God.
like an Afghan or a blanket as well. So I'm getting both
Yep.
things that felt like they were passed down. Were those passed down to you as well?
Yep. I have all of her coats, all of her, she loved kind of expensive clothes.
Expensive. Yeah,
And
I was gonna
she
say they
gave
look
me
nice.
all of
Like
that.
they look nice. Like I almost get like a fur. I don't even know if it's real fur.
Yeah, she's
Um,
very, very bougie. Yeah. Classy,
okay.
but bougie. Yep.
So did she have like a fur jacket? I don't think it's real, but
I don't remember fur, but she had a lot of pea coats, a lot of like Scottish wool coats, that kind
okay,
of thing.
that could be where I'm getting like the fur feeling.
Yep.
Um, and so you have all that.
All of them. Yep.
Okay, so she's aware of that. But there's also, she keeps showing me a necklace. It's almost like a pearl necklace. You know anything about? I don't know if it's
Hmm.
I don't know if it's to symbolize the necklace or symbolize a pearl necklace specifically, but
Not that I
you
know
know, she had one like that. I don't know why she's showing me a pearl necklace, so I don't know. I don't really know where that fits in at. Just hang on to it. I don't know if someone else got it or
of. Right.
not. If she had one that she liked at one time, I'm not really sure. Um.
She gave me a lot of her costume jewelry from like the
Okay.
40s and 50s.
That might be symbolic of that then.
Right,
The
right.
jewelry. Because I think of when I want to think of that stuff, I kind of get like pearls, like the not real pearls, but like
Yeah,
there are real pearls and then there's fake pearls, like the so
yeah.
that makes sense with the jewelry. It's a symbolic thing for jewelry. Just because I kind of relate to it that way.
Hmm.
Okay. So it's weird because she shows me a lot of like when she was young. Like she really enjoyed her youth. She didn't want to
Hmm.
get old.
Yep.
She hated getting old. Like it's almost like I feel like I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, no, not wrinkles.
Yep.
Like that's how I feel.
I am dying right now. Oh my God.
That's
She was like, "This is
seriously.
ridiculous." We would go to Macy's and she would get the best skincare. She'd buy like Clinique and all this good stuff. And she hated her pictures. She would not want her picture taken.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense because it's like she's like, oh no, not wrinkles, and she's
Yep.
like going like this, like she didn't want to get old. Um, and she's like when my body started hurting, like it sucked. She's like, it sucked because she liked
Hmm.
her youth so much. She really liked her youth.
Yeah.
Did she ever go dancing in her youth?
Um,
I get like the like 50s style dancing. I don't know if it was around that time, maybe or probably earlier, but I just relate to it as that. Um,
I think so.
20s and 30s, like
Yeah.
you know how they had like the you know how they dressed like back then, like I want to say
Yep.
like 20s and 30s is more like it. Um, and they had like the cool like little hats and the dresses and I always go into like the places where they have
Yep.
jukeboxes and people are like doing the jig or whatever it's called. Like that's what I want to relate to her. Does that make sense?
Yeah. She would go to places called like the Eagles Club or
Okay.
something. Yep.
Because I can hear that old timey music, but I can see her like you know those dresses that like they always wore. They're not poodle dresses, but that's what I relate to it. But like the longer skirts, the
They're
longer
almost like the
skirts.
wool. They're like wool
Yeah, the wool
skirts. Yep.
skirts that kind of come out. I don't know how to explain them. And
Totally.
those cool like old style shoes, like I'm getting that, and I'm getting her like just like doing the jig thing.
Yep. Like
Um, with
loafer
a
type.
partner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she shows me that. And I
Totally.
don't know if she liked to hang out at places like that, but she just takes me back that she really liked those times, like drive-through movies, um, you know, hanging out at places like that. Like she just totally loved her youth.
Hmm.
And I don't know if this was pre-children. It kind of feels like it. Because it was like after she had kids, she became a mom, and then
Yeah.
she, you know, she became a grandma. So it was like her life shifted a lot, but she just shows me like she really enjoyed her youth, and she always liked to look nice. And she didn't like when she started getting gray hair and wrinkles. Like that's what she keeps talking about.
Yep.
She didn't like
She
that.
would dye her hair almost every week and
Yeah.
get a perm
Yeah,
almost all the
because she
time.
shows me like there's a couple gray hairs and she's like, nope, those have got to
Yep.
go, kind of thing. And I don't know if she like picked them out, like you know how people pluck their gray
She
hairs.
did.
I see
Oh
her
my
plucking her gray
God,
hair
she
out,
did.
you know, like no, I'm not having that gray hair.
She
Um,
used tweezers to pull her gray hairs.
yeah, that's what she's showing me. Like I'm plucking my gray hairs out. And it's weird because it's only like a couple, and she's like, nope,
Yep.
that's not going to be there. I'm going to take that out right now. So do you know if she started having issues with her mobility?
Yes. She's,
Okay.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Because it shows me like she had a hard time getting around. I don't know if it was like just painful to walk. I don't know if it had to do with kind of arthritis. It kind of feels like that.
Right.
And I don't know. I get a reference to my hip, so I don't know if she had issues with her hip. But that's kind of coming into. It's like my
Yeah,
legs.
I noticed she would do that, and then she would fake it because she tried to be really strong. So
Yeah.
she would act like she didn't need any help, but I knew that she did.
And that was the other thing too, is like she didn't like to go to doctors. It was always like
Yep.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm
Wow.
okay. I'm good. And so, she'd get these little things and she's like, oh, I'm just getting old.
Yeah.
She'd kind of push it off to that.
Yeah, she's like, the nurses aren't like they were back in my day. She's like, I don't want to go to the doctor anymore.
Right.
Yep.
She was very stubborn in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Yeah, she comes across as like super stubborn about things.
Yep.
And you could never tell her anything, like she knew it all is the way she comes across.
Yep.
Like
She
she
was a
just knew it all.
Scorpio, like me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say she's got that kind of fiery energy, and it's you're not gonna tell me anything. I already
Yeah.
know it all, and you're definitely not gonna make me go to the doctor. You're not gonna make me do anything I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's how her personality comes across. And like if you didn't know her, you would think she was this really serious person.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, she had her times where she laughed and she had a good time, but she comes off as a very serious, I'm very serious about a lot of things.
Yeah. Lots of hardships that one had.
Yeah. And so that means like when she takes me back to her youth, like she's not really showing me the hardships, she's showing me more of the good times. And I
Yep.
think that's just what she wants to focus on, because I feel like she always pushed through it regardless. Like she's super strong. She's a super strong woman. Like,
Yeah.
Do you know if she had a miscarriage?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, because she's talking about that and that being hard.
Oh, actually, you know what? She told me that if she had her daughter, yeah, she said if she had her girl, she would have named her Elizabeth. So yeah, I think that could have been what that was.
Okay, because yeah,
Wow.
she was telling me she had a miscarriage and that was really hard on her. That was one of the struggles that she pushed through. And she's got the baby on the other side, but
Wow.
that was one of the things she wanted to show. And
yeah, she would never talk about that. She would never, because she just felt like that was taboo. She would have never mentioned that.
Well, they're different on the other side.
Right.
And so she's got her baby now. She understands why it happened and everything, but it was like she was showing me that she had a miscarriage and it was one of the harder times of her life.
Wow.
And so I'm getting the chills. I'm gonna have to turn back on my heater. It got cold in here real quick.
Scorpio energy.
So do you know anything about her heart, like her heart and lungs? I keep going to her heart and lungs.
Yep.
She had issues there.
Yeah, she had a pacemaker.
Okay.
Yep.
I've been wanting to go there like this whole time because I was trying to get there from the mobility issue. It's almost like it's kind of like her body just started giving out.
Right.
In terms of like to how she passed.
Yeah.
Because she just shows me it's like this thing goes wrong and then this thing goes wrong and then this thing goes wrong. It's like but the heart thing she really gets into, like, I don't know if it just got weaker or what, but it feels like she had a bunch of different stuff wrong with her at the point she passed away.
Yeah.
Do you know, did she ever, for some reason I'm getting a headache, did she ever talk to you like about stories? Did she ever tell you stories? I keep seeing her like talking to someone and telling stories about the good old days.
Yep.
and talking about certain things. And it was funny because she would always bring up the well, in my day, or
Oh yeah.
things used to be like this, or you didn't do that, or this is how it was in my day, like that kind of
Yeah.
Conversation keeps
Because I
coming in.
went to her high school. We went to the same high school, and she would tell me about how it used to look and where her friends would hang out and what they used to do back in the day. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she was very about reminiscing.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like, just, I don't know, I felt like she could talk to you as an equal, like you understood her. You know, as you got, like you said, as you got older, it was more like you realized you both had more things in common than you thought when you were younger. That makes
Right.
sense.
Wow.
Because you guys feel very much alike in different ways.
Yep.
In the good ways.
I was like, I am a stubborn old bat, and I'm only 29.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like in the it just feels like you guys are very similar on certain things.
Yeah.
You know, like the baking and the cooking, and like liking the same kind of clothes. Like I feel like you're kind of an old soul, and that's why you gravitated towards her old clothes, her old costume
Absolutely.
jewelry, all of that. Like that's
Yeah.
how it comes across. So she's glad she had that had you to pass that on to, because it comes across that like she wanted to give it to someone that
Wow.
was gonna like it as much as she did. Does she have a lot of like grandkids, a lot of great grandkids? Because that might be another reason why I keep picking up kids around here. Like it feels like
Oh yeah.
a very large family. Like a lot of grandkids and a lot of great grandkids. Like that's what she keeps talking about. And
Yep.
she's holding, and I don't know if this is the same baby that she didn't have, but she's holding a girl on the other side. And sometimes when they do that, it means that there's going to be another birth in the family at some point.
Wow.
Spirit loves to tell me when babies are coming. So again, it could be the one that but I don't know why she'd bring it back up. So it could be the one that she miscarried, but again, I feel like it's one that's going to probably come in the family within the next few years.
Huh.
So just hang on to that, because I have people told me, no, I'm not going to have a kid, and then they end up having a kid.
Right.
And not necessarily you, but someone in the family. But I had someone that they told me, oh, we're done having kids. We're not going to have any more kids. 4 months later, they were pregnant.
Right.
And I told him that, and he's like, no. I'm
No,
like, yes,
we're done.
like, yes. So just hang on to that, because
Cool.
she's holding it, and I feel like it's going to be a girl because she's holding a girl. Spirit's really good at predicting pregnancies with me. I don't know what it is. They're like proud or something. They always like to mention it. Do you know if she had headaches or anything with her head? I don't know if it's her or if I'm picking up someone else that's next in line. I feel like all this pressure in my head.
And if she did, the thing is she would never tell you.
She would not tell you. Okay.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, because she wasn't one to like bitch and complain. Excuse my language.
Oh yeah, you're good.
That's kind of how she comes across. Like, I don't,
Yep.
we don't complain.
Yeah, I didn't know how bad it was.
Yeah.
Because of that. Yeah.
And she would always brush stuff off too. Like she knew she was going to pass away eventually, because we all get old and pass away. That's what she says. So it wasn't worth her to say anything about it and worry people about it. That's how she was. Also, though, there's something about, I hope I'm understanding this right. Did you get a visitation from her after she passed away?
Yep.
Because
almost the same week, which shocked me.
I'm getting the chills with that, so that tells me it's truth.
Yep.
That I feel like it was when you were sleeping or half asleep, or she keeps showing me in your bedroom at night, and it's like you wake up and see her kind of thing, or you feel her presence. So she's just validating that was real.
Wow.
So I mean, you probably knew it was, but there's, as a human, we kind of question those things.
No, I totally knew it because she was such a strong energy. Like, so she did not want a funeral and she didn't want an obituary. And in my
Uh-huh.
dream, it was like a week later, I saw her in my dream. I'm like, Grandma, all these people are here for you. She's like, I don't want that, sissy. She
Yeah.
called me sissy. She's like, I don't want that. And yep,
She didn't want people to fuss over her or anything
yep,
like that.
yep,
But she shows me that she came to you.
yeah.
So that she's just validating that it was very real. And she knew that you would recognize it, because I think that maybe she tried to come to others and maybe they didn't feel her or they didn't recognize it, but you recognize it. She knew you would recognize it because you have a little bit of, you have gifts yourself. You have the gift of sight. And so she is, she's saying that she knew that you would be the one to recognize her.
Wow.
And she needed you to know that she was okay. It was almost like a, see you later. I'm okay. I made
That's
it to
exactly what that was.
I made it to the other side. Okay.
And I know that because I've had dreams in her house, like a lot, but she was never there. I knew she was gone. So I took that as she's moved on, she's passed on, but like, yeah, I just know that she's moved on.
Okay. I don't understand this. I don't know why she's like taking me to the end of the month or something like that, or the end of a month. But it's weird because I like get the number 30, so I don't know. I don't know if it's a passing, a birthday, an anniversary. It's weird because I like get the number 30, but I'm taken to the end of a month, but I don't know what month it is. It's kind of I don't know if I'm understanding that right. Feels like it's a passing or prior to a passing or something like that. That's how it comes in. If it doesn't fit you, it might be someone in the chat, someone that's impatient. But I keep getting like towards the end of a month. Like I keep getting reminded of when my grandpa passed at like the 28th of February, like it was the end of the month. Like I'm taken to like the end of the month.
Right.
And like I don't know if it's her or another family member or what, but just hang on to it.
Okay.
Oh, because that's gonna drive me a little crazy when I might not be understanding it right, but it might fit in the chat somewhere. So she's talking about being proud of you. She says I'm very proud of her. She says she gets a lot of slack from people in her family, and she wants you to know that you're not alone, that you're very much like you're you're both rule breakers, rule benders. You don't conform to the norm, and she's very proud of you for that. And that's another way that you're like her.
Whoa.
She says that you take a lot of BS from people in your family, but you're able to handle it. So that she says that's where the strength comes in at. And was she buried? I keep seeing a headstone, and I know we talked about the other situation, but for some reason I'm seeing a headstone again.
Not from her.
So I don't know,
she
was cremated probably, right? But
yeah,
for some reason I'm seeing a headstone, but I don't know. I don't know, maybe she wanted to be buried, or if it was supposed going to be like that and then it switched. I'm not really.
Yeah, it's weird. Her kids got the will and nobody ever told me anything about it. I never found out what she wanted. Nothing.
I don't know if there was. I don't understand this. I just keep seeing a headstone, and I don't know what that means. Anyway, she just says, I want you to know that I love you and I'm proud of you. And she's like, she admires your strength because I feel like you have a lot of strength, and she recognizes that you have a lot of strength. She says that you always pull yourself back up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. She's like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So she's blowing kisses and saying she's gotta run is the way she says it. I gotta run. I don't know what she's doing on the other side, but it feels like she's got to go do something important for some reason.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope you had a lot of validation in there.
Yeah.
And she was a lot easier to communicate with the other one that we struggle with.
Yeah, she's louder.
Well, she just knows how to communicate, and she just wants to communicate. And I don't understand the difference, but sometimes it's
Right.
like, you know. Do
Yeah.
you mind if we cut off your reading and post it?
Totally.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
You too.
I'm gonna turn my heater back on and put some slippers on because it got super cold in here real quick. 1 second. Okay. Shazam, that could be your dad. No, it could be. Like I said, people in the chat, if you've got loved ones, they can sometimes pop in, just a way to validate. So sometimes if things don't make sense in the reading that I'm doing, there you go. So Shazam, that's probably your dad popping in. We know he likes to do that anyways. Okay, so the next person that we have is, see, I don't know if we're going to get everything. So is the D nose still in here? They sent it through, they sent it through super chat, which they only sent 20, but that's okay. Are they still in here? The D knows. Well, the devil sign knows. I don't want to say it. Yep. That was your validation, Shazam. There you go. Your validation. There you go. Yep. And I don't remember anything that we talked about in your last reading either. So, because that was months ago. Yep. There's your validation. Okay. So now we know it goes with you. I was like trying to figure out why the heck am I getting 30 like towards the end of the month. Okay. So click the link. It's pinned to the top to come on. You can do your voice or your video, whatever, however you want to do it. The mask note, it reminds me of the D word. I shall not say, but the mask knows. Okay, fine. Yeah, click the link at the top. Or Kim, you can have them. I mean, you guys can contact me. The mask knows, I guess that's what we'll say. So if you can click the link at the very top, click the link at the very top. It's pinned to the top. Click that link. Come on, dude. Neo, you can't come over here, buddy. He's my most loving cat, and he always got to put himself in the middle of everything I'm doing. Yeah, good baby. You know how black cats are. Black cats are really special, aren't they, baby? Huh? Yes, you are. Okay, cool. All right, don't rub on my computer. Okay.
You see me. I'm just laying here.
I can see you.
The cat.
Yeah, you can. If you want to take all, you don't have to do video, or you can do video. It's totally up to you.
I'm good with video. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Some people feel comfortable, some don't. Just wanted you to know that there's a. Okay, so what are we doing today?
I really have no idea what I'm doing. I just happened to log on to Facebook and catch you. You said you pick either a medium reading or what was the other one?
Intuitive guidance. It's like a psychic reading, but I don't like to call it that because it's a guidance from your guides. Like I connect to your guides, and you'll ask questions. We'll do about 3 questions, and the guides will give me what I tell you. But like I say with that, it's about possibilities. Like nothing's written in stone, so you have the power to change things. But yep, that's what that's about.
I'm tempted to do the medium because I'm not used to doing the medium reading.
Okay. Do you have a picture you can send me?
Oh, of the person?
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't have anyone in mind. Why don't we just do the other reading then?
Okay. The next time you want to do, if you want to do, because sometimes I can pull people forward and just see who's there.
Sure.
The issue with that is I get multiple people and it gets a little confusing. So I don't really like to do it that way because it's like it gets like, well, who's this person and who's this person, and it can get a little crazy. We had my military friend come on here and he was like, just give me what you got. And we had like 5 people come in, and I had 2 of them were military, and we were trying to figure out which one was which. So it's not my favorite way to do it because it's not the best way I connect. But I mean, I can do it. It's just it can get a little confusing. So however you want to do it, it's up to you.
I guess yeah, I mean the medium one would be really interesting to me.
Okay, you don't have a name of anybody in particular that you want to talk to? I could try to work off a name too.
Which is kind of weird. I've been investigating someone's death. Does the person I pick have to be related to me or I know them?
No, as long as you can validate stuff. Because the validation of it will kind of bring more information in.
The person's famous and I've never met them. Is that inappropriate?
Yeah, that's kind of something that I would probably do for like a regular. Is that the one you were asking about earlier?
Yes.
I mean, I'd rather just do that on I mean, I guess we can. I mean, I don't know. I've never had anybody ask me. I've never had anybody ask me to do that.
Did someone? Oh, you're talking about the person that wrote about Chester?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
But I was wondering about Chris Cornell.
I don't know anything about him, but we can try. I could pull up a picture of him. We could see.
Sure. I've been studying his alleged suicide for several months now, and there's a lot of synchronicity going on, like signs all the time, every day. It's almost driving me nuts. I don't know if I should be stopping before I lose my sanity or if I'm hot on the trail. But there's something that it just happens constantly. When I think something, it appears to me, whether it's a number related to him or a piece of information or something comes on TV to validate what I was just thinking. And I don't know if I'm losing my mind or if it's really him or if it's some spirit playing a prank on me. That's why that's why I was wondering.
I think you asked about him in one of my comments.
Yes,
I remember this coming up in a comment on one of my videos or something.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull up a picture and we'll just see. I tell you right now, I'm getting a headache really badly.
That makes sense, actually.
Okay. I don't know. I've never asked anybody. No one's ever asked me. No one's ever asked me to do that. to channel a celebrity for their reading. So we'll see how it goes. And since you know a little bit because you've been investigating, maybe, maybe be able to validate a little more than we think.
Earlier in your reading to the last lady, I think you said you were getting a headache, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my first thought was it was him appearing. I don't know why I thought this.
It's possible because, like I said, people, if they know that you're going to do a reading on them or you're going to ask to have a reading done on them, it's almost like they kind of get a little impatient. And so towards someone's reading, like they'll start coming in. And I get that a lot. Like Shazam was saying that, okay, her dad's is he passed away on the 30th of the month. So it was her dad validating because she said something in her head about how he never comes in her dreams. So he wanted to validate that he's around. So sometimes spirit will do that. And sometimes, like I said, they'll get a little impatient if they know I'm going to do a reading on them and they'll come in like early. Because my headache got worse. It kind of went away with her, but it's back now.
I wasn't planning on doing a reading about him, but when you said headache previously, it occurred to me, hey, maybe I should try that.
I don't know anything about him. I don't know a lot about celebrities and musicians and all of that. So, I'm just going to keep it up to you to validate because I actually don't know anything.
Absolutely.
Do you know anything about addictions? I know that's kind of obvious with singers,
yes.
but
yes.
But I specifically get heroin with him.
Pills.
Okay, pills. But do you know? He might not know if he ever tried H. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube.
It's funny you asked that. I've always wondered if he tried H, but I don't know. I don't think so. It's never been said that he's tried it. But he did do OxyContin. He had a bad habit.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty close to H.
And this comes with okay, so it's more like it was just what people were doing. It was what people were doing, and so he kind of got into the habit of it. But I also want to go to trauma when he was younger. There's some sort of trauma there when he was younger. I'm not really sure what the trauma is, but I don't know. Was he did he have like a high school band or he shows me a band like prior to him becoming famous. Like, I don't know if it's just a little, those like little high school bands or the little bands that people have when they're younger. It's like that.
I don't remember, but I think so. I think he did have something before that, like in high school.
They were like playing in someone's garage or something like that.
I believe so.
That's how it comes across. And I actually feel like it's weird. It's like he comes across as once he got discovered. Once he got discovered, it was like with the fame and everything. That's when he started picking up the habit. Like to kind of get into what everybody else was doing. But then again, it comes across as I've got this trauma from when I'm younger. I also think he had a little bit of depression that was maybe not diagnosed or not dealt with. Thank you, Kim.
Yes, that is true.
Okay. It's weird. He's taking me to. There's a couple people in his band, in the band that he got famous with and played with. There's a couple people, and I don't know if he butted heads with them. I don't know if he, there feels like maybe a falling out or they weren't getting along at some point.
Yes.
It's two different. It's two members.
It's two members of the band he wasn't getting along with?
Yeah.
Because his band had 3 other members, but yeah, they did have a falling out and broke up.
Okay, because that's what he's talking about. but it was like 2 people in that band that he, like, I don't know if they just didn't get along or there was something they didn't agree on. There's something about one of his songs or a song that he wrote or was a big part of writing in that they were, I don't know if they tried to steal it, or this is like where the falling out comes in, is the way that he explains it. Was it had to do over a song or something like that. That was part of it anyways. Like, I don't know if it was one that he wrote, but they didn't want to give him credit for it, or they didn't, you know what I mean? Like, there's some kind of argument over this song, but I feel like he wrote it because he shows me him writing something. He shows me music. Maybe they didn't want to play it. Maybe they didn't want anything to do with it, but it feels like there was a falling out over this specific song that he wrote. Like, that's part of it. Probably not all of it, but part of it.
I have no idea. I can only remember that vaguely.
But it's almost like when they broke up, I feel like he kind of went into a spiral because these people, not only were they in the band, they felt like friends. I get a huge feeling of betrayal.
Yes.
A huge feeling of I'm lost and I don't know.
You're saying he felt betrayed?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he felt lost and he didn't know how to, he didn't really know what to do from there, is the way it comes across. And it's almost like I feel like I spiral. I've got more time on my hands. I'm depressed. I'm going to use more, kind of thing. He shows me a heart, and then it's got a crack down it, like in the middle. Basically, he was heartbroken over the whole situation. It's the way I take it. It's weird because he shows me like he's in his house alone. I don't know if it's a house or apartment, what it is. He shows me going from room to room. I don't know if he drank, but he's showing me he drank. He was drinking. He was doing a lot of drugs at that time.
Like a very heavy drinker.
Yeah. Because he shows me like he kind of just after that split, like it's almost like he got into a very dark place.
Yes.
Is what he's showing me. Like he's walking around his house, just kind of like wallowing in it and drinking and doing other things. There's a reference to the white stuff. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube. And him doing that. And I don't know if he just took the pills and started snorting them, like crushed them up, or if it's actual.
Oh, wow. I have no idea, but you know what? That wouldn't surprise me. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I see him snorting like white stuff. So I don't know if he took the pills and did that or what. But, you know, when people have depression and they do this, it makes everything 50 times worse.
Yeah.
And so honestly, do I feel like this was he unalived himself? I do. That's the way it's coming across.
If did he what?
That if he unalived himself. Unalive, it's the other word I have to use instead of.
Oh. Oh, God. You mean remove themselves off the planet?
Yeah. If like it's coming in that he was in a very, very dark place. Like, do I feel that anybody did this to him? It doesn't come across that way. I'm seeing him alone a lot. I'm seeing him wallow a lot. I'm seeing him spiral a lot. And I feel a lot of like depression and darkness and heaviness around him. You know what I mean? Oh, I lost this picture. Which is sad because he's very gifted. He was, you know, he was a good person. I feel like he had a good heart, and I feel like sometimes people took advantage of that, is the way that it comes in. I mean, he comes across as very kind of like just a cool kind of dude. Do you know if a gun comes in anywhere?
Gun.
I don't know if maybe he thought about using one or if he did use one, because it really comes in like, that drugs are heavily involved at this point. And so I don't know if he had one at one time, was playing around with it. Because I don't know how he unalived himself or whatever. But maybe he thought about using one of those. I don't know.
Yeah, the band that he broke up with, he got back together with like maybe a decade later.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you're reading that time before he passed.
Yeah. Well, that I'm probably reading the dark, where he went when that broke up, and that's probably where I'm stuck at right now about that dark time in his life. And but I still think he had this depression. And I think although he got back, like you're saying, like he got back with the band, I don't think it was the same when he got back with them. I think he felt lesser than, if that makes sense, like lesser than other people in the band. And it didn't feel the same as it did the first time.
Yeah, I that was my feeling. I don't think he ever said that, but that's what I felt.
And like he wasn't very happy about, like he thought that's what he wanted, but it didn't really make him happy. I don't know if they had changed or kind of grown separate. I keep getting this, like, he keeps showing me music notes, like he wrote. Do you know if he played guitar or who the guitarist was?
He played guitar.
Okay, because he
And
shows
he
me.
also had a guitarist.
Okay, because he shows me him playing guitar. So it's like I'm playing guitar and I can see the music notes. Like maybe he was writing a song, like that comes in, and I don't know if it was before or after, like that. And maybe he continued writing. You know what I mean? There's something about him wanting to write music or wrote music. I don't know if it ever got released or whatnot, but
There's an issue with his family withholding his music that he wrote.
okay.
And the band wants it. They're in court over this.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. He wants that release. That's why he wrote it. And that's why it's a big thing coming through right now.
He wants his wife to release it to his band.
Yeah, he wants that music out. That's why he wrote it.
Yeah, I understand that. But does he want to include the band in that, or that's what they're fighting about?
Well, I
Whether
mean, who else is gonna sing it? That's what he says. Who else is gonna sing it? As far as the band having anything to do with his passing, I don't see that. Because I feel like although he felt lesser than, that was his stuff. Like, that was his depression. I get a lot of depression with him, and almost like a bipolar type of depression is how it feels. Like he shows me there was a lot of darkness around him, and I don't know if that's just for things he experienced or that he just continued to spiral. It's very up and down. Like he shows me, like, he was doing okay, and then they broke up and it went down, and then then it started to go up and then it went down again, and then when he got back together it went up, but then it went down again. You know what I mean? Like it's very much a roller coaster feeling I get with emotions, kind of all over the place.
that would make sense.
I don't know, Sha. I know a lot of people think that, and a lot of people think, a lot of conspiracies just because people are celebrities. I'll just tell you what I get. I don't know yet. I'm not being shown that. Okay, so I can't say for sure if he unalived himself or if he was taken out, but I just keep picking up this depression. And it's something that he hid and he didn't really let people know about, but he would wallow it on his own.
Yeah.
it doesn't come across that there was anything to really have someone unalive him for. There's something with like Hollywood being really dark, which we all know. Like he's kind of talking about that, like the stardom, the fame, the Hollywood having a lot to do with why he felt the way he felt is how it kind of is coming across.
Was there something specific about Hollywood?
Well, he's getting into like the what am I allowed? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. Pedophilia thing, like that comes in. He's showing me a lot of money. So I'm not really sure why he's showing me the money, if he just had a lot and someone wanted it, or that money is like the root of all evil kind of thing. Like that's kind of what he shows me. He also shows me CDs like on the wall, or records. You know how artists have like records that they put on their wall if
Yes.
they win something. So I see those. He shows me records on a wall. So I don't know if he had those or not.
He did live in LA for a while, and they sold their house.
But
His wife to do the Hollywood thing. It's funny that you said that.
did this do you know if this specific band had any records, like they won, like, you know, those, like in any kind of music, anything, or have a specific record that went, you know, that won awards? Because I keep getting records, but they're like in a glass kind of thing, and it's put on the walls.
We're inducted into the Hall of Fame, I believe.
Okay, that might be it.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And,
yeah, that might be it as to what he's referencing, because it's almost like, you know, these, I don't know if they do that there, but it can be symbolic for that. So yeah, like the golden records, like she said, like the Hall of Fame, that's what it could be. Yeah, that's definitely what it could be. See, I'm trying to get into what happened, and I don't know. The back of my head is just like hurting really bad all of a sudden.
he suffered from migraines.
Okay.
But he also apparently had a head wound before he died.
Okay.
But you know, the jury's out on that. Some people say it was a bloody head wound, and some people say it was just a bald spot with a red light shining on it. I don't know.
Because my head is hurting really bad. Do you know if he like had arguments with his wife, or if they were getting along?
No one knows, because the narrative has changed. So they say one thing, people believe another. I can't get a reading on that, which is strange. I'm very intuitive myself. I don't know. I just hear things, and people say that they fought a lot.
I was just gonna say, I'm hearing arguing.
Argued a lot, apparently.
Yeah, I'm hearing arguing. That's why I was asking about if him and his wife argued. So I have to say this is for entertainment purposes only, because I'm going to get into some stuff I think is coming in. This is in no way factual or anything like that. I am not pointing fingers. This is all psychic medium impressions. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. So there is a reference to, again, the arguing, the fighting. Were there drugs in his system? Do you know when he?
Yes,
Okay.
but not the drugs that he was abusing. He had a Ativan.
Yes, that's for anxiety. I feel like
He-
he was taking that for anxiety because he has, and he might have gotten them from somewhere else, but he had depression and anxiety that was. He didn't go and get, help for it. He didn't go and get medication for it. He just kind of self-medicated.
Well, yeah, he did get it from a doctor,
Okay.
but there's
So
something in his system that is not his that he didn't get from a doctor. So you're right about that. Some he got from a doctor, and some no one knows where he got it.
yeah, he's just kind of and like I'm getting a pain in my stomach now too. So I'm trying to just make sure I understand this right and I'm not misperceiving anything in what I'm getting. Okay, I'm wondering if there was an affair with the wife.
It's the what?
If there was an affair with the wife.
His wife was having an affair, you
Yeah,
mean?
I'm wondering if she was having an affair.
That's fine. I wondered that this morning, actually.
Because there is, let's see, I'm trying to make sure I understand this right because I'm just trying to make sure I understand it right. Well, it's repeating. So the one thing that I keep getting is I get like a full-blown argument. And I get that it got a little physical. But it's like, I don't know if I'm pushed and I hit my head or something's cracked over my head. It's something I keep getting a reference to the head area. Okay.
Some people think that she pulled his hair out of his head. That's why he had the bald spot that was bloody.
So this comes in as like, I feel like it's almost like I'm not sober at the time when this happens. And so it's like a combination of, I'm not sober when this happens. I might have taken too much. We're getting in an argument. There's some kind of fight that breaks out, and I keep getting a reference to my head, like maybe I hit my head or something was hit over my head. But then I feel like he kind of passes in a combination basically of the drugs and that. Like that's how it comes in. But then it was almost like I feel someone came in to help cover this up.
Are you talking about the night he died?
Yeah.
This makes sense.
I mean, if it makes sense, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I see, and it's one thing that keeps repeating. Like this huge argument repeats.
Apparently, they got into a huge fight over the phone before he offed himself. This is what people think. But she says another thing. But witnesses heard him yelling, "Fuck off," and
Yeah, this was a huge argument, like a huge blowout. Like that's what I keep getting. I hear all this yelling in my head, and I feel like it got physical.
then it had to be before he did the concert that night and offed himself. I believe he had just seen her. He flew from New York to Detroit, I think he had just seen her. So maybe they fought before that, if it was physical.
Yeah, because and that's why I'm saying I don't know if this is something that had anything to do. Like it's almost like the way unless I'm perceiving this completely wrong, I could be. He just keeps bringing up this fight.
But was it with her or could it be with someone else?
I feel like the fight is with her because I feel it's weird because that's why I asked about if she was having an affair because it's almost like I don't know where this affair comes in. The problem with him is I feel like he could get really violent sometimes when he was drinking and doing his thing. And so what I'm trying to understand is if like I said, if he did unalive himself, it's not clear. It's weird. It's like really, really fuzzy. But the one thing that I keep getting and I keep seeing is that they're having this huge argument. And I don't know if he got hit in the head or something, but there's something with his head to where I'm either hit in the head or pushed and you know. So was he found in like a hotel room or a different place than where this fight took place?
Yes, hotel room.
Okay. Because it's and that might be where the whole thing with the head comes in. Maybe she hit him in the head to make him stop. Okay.
I know she wasn't there on tour though.
No, I'm talking about before.
Oh.
I'm talking about when they argued before. Like there was a huge blowout. That's what I keep getting is a huge blowout. And it's possible that she hit him in the head to get him off of her or get him stop being a jerk kind of thing. You know, that's kind of how it comes across. And then it's like I get in this huge fight because I'm overly intoxicated, overly everything. I get in this fight. Something happens with my head. I keep getting this other guy involved, and again, I think that's because of the affair. I don't know if it means anything or not. But then it's like he leaves. So he's still alive at that point after the argument. But for some reason, that argument or that blowout is a big, big, big thing because I keep hearing it and I keep going over it. And I'm trying to make sure I understand it right. Okay. But I feel somewhere in that argument, maybe she hit something over his head or something to make him stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To kind of protect herself and stuff. And so that could be why I keep getting the head thing. And why it's possible that he had something with his head because it feels like it happened prior. Then it's like the concert. Then I'm in the hotel. Then, like I said, that's why I was asking about the hotel room because then I feel like I'm in a hotel room.
Yeah.
And again, this darkness comes in. The darkness comes in around the hotel room. Like as I'm in the hotel room, the darkness kind of comes back in. I don't know if he found out about the affair. That might be part of it. I feel like their relationship was really toxic. And a part of that had to do with him and the way that he was when he would drink and do drugs. So he's like, I'm no angel. That's what he says. And like I keep getting, like you said, like the prescription pill bottles, but I don't know. He bought them from somewhere else or he got them from somewhere else. They were his. Nobody like forced him to take them. Like he took that. Because I feel like I'm over the edge at this point. Okay. I don't even think his concert, like he doesn't even feel like he's there during the concert, like mentally. If that makes sense.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
So honestly, I'm not picking up that anybody, because when I go into his hotel room, I see him alone. Again, I don't see anybody around him.
Well, his bodyguard came in for a little bit.
But I mean, I don't see anybody around him when he does this.
Got it.
So like I see him there basically alone when I don't know why I keep getting a reference to the bathtub or the bathroom. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's where he was found.
Okay. You guys, I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think he unalived himself.
Got it.
I'm not seeing anybody come in and do anything with him. And I think that will account, for the thing on his head. If it was a bump or whatever it was, because I really think that's what he shows me is there was a fight and it was almost like I hit him over the head to kind of get him off me because I think he tried to hurt her.
Okay.
He went in a blind rage, basically because of like the drugs and alcohol. I just think they made him not into a nice guy sometimes.
I don't think he was drinking at the time, but who knows? It wasn't found in his system.
Right. Well, drugs, alcohol, whatever made this guy, he's obviously, like I said, on drugs or whatever. He's using heavily. It makes everything 20 times worse when you're doing that. And so do I see anybody come in? I mean, like you said, the bodyguard, okay, but I don't think the bodyguard thought it was anything any different than what he normally saw with him.
Yeah.
Like he knew he was a partier. He knew he was this way. And I don't think it threw any red flags other than he was just being his, himself. And I think that because of the fight, because of other things going on, I feel very much like it's one of those decisions that someone makes without really thinking. It's one of those, I'm done. And you don't think you're going to do that, but you do it. You know what I mean? And I get that a lot with people that unalive themselves it's a haste of the moment decision. And once it's done, they're like, oh crap, and I get that a lot with that. And he doesn't show me anybody. I mean, he doesn't show me anybody involved in this. It's like I go in the bathtub and I do what I do.
Yeah. Some people think that maybe she coerced him, saying stuff like "you're better off dead." And
she might have said that. She might have said that, but in the end, it's his decision. We all say things that we don't mean when we're pissed off. And I think he was trying to hurt her during that fight because that fight comes in as a big scenario with I get a lot of yelling, a lot of cussing, a lot of physicalness with that.
Wow. Yeah.
And like again, I feel like I'm hit in the head or something, and that made him kind of stop because he got hit in the head.
Yeah. So
and then I get this other guy comes in, and I don't know how he fits in. The guy that she was seeing. I don't know if she ran to him or there's that kind of energy, like she was having an affair with someone. But I think he wasn't completely faithful either. I get a lot of groupie stuff with him. Younger groupie girls, specifically blondes.
That's interesting.
Is what he shows me. So he's saying I was no angel. And he's taking responsibility. So that tells me, that doesn't tell me that anybody did this to him. Not the way that it's coming across to me. I could be wrong. I could be misunderstanding it, but I see him by himself. I don't see anybody come in and do anything to him.
Earlier you said something about helping to cover up something, but I didn't know what you meant by that.
I don't know if maybe they wanted to cover up. I don't really know what that means. I don't know if that was her trying to cover up the fight. I don't know if that was him, them trying to do like a cover up on his unalive,
Yeah.
It comes in as that kind of thing. Like, I don't think it was to cover up like that someone unalived him.
Yeah, got it.
And That's just not the way it comes across to me. But I get a lot of darkness around him that I don't think people realized that he was like, and again, you know, drugs and alcohol can make that 50 times worse. And
Yeah.
it can make you feel certain things and think certain things that you wouldn't normally. And I know a lot of people say, well, and he's even saying it, like they thought I had it all. You know, I was really good at hiding things. I was really good at hiding my depression. I was really good at just, you know, being a singer, and like everything was fine. But they didn't know me. They didn't understand me. I was really good at pretending everything was okay. But I just think like the drugs and alcohol made him into somebody that he didn't like.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
Yeah. And it's
Okay.
sad because I feel like he was a good person if he wasn't onto that. It's like they made him into a different person. And
Yeah.
again, he shows me a lot of darkness around him in regards to that.
Yeah. Yeah, he
And
had a bad drug experience when he was like 14,
yeah.
and darkness never left him, he said.
That's what I'm saying. Like this happened when he was younger, and it was like what everybody was doing. But I do feel there's some kind of trauma in his childhood somewhere. I just don't know what it is. But it's almost like he got onto this, like everybody was doing these things at that time, got into it, and it was like it came into an addiction type thing. And he didn't know. I don't know if he went to rehab or not, because there's a reference of a point in time where he tried to get better and it
Yes.
didn't work. So he shows me like he tried to go to rehab, and I think it might have been a few times, but he failed at the rehab. Like because he's hanging around the same people and doing the same stuff, he couldn't get out of, you know what I mean, out of his addictions. And he says if it wasn't this way, it was going to be that my body would have given up from all the abuse of the, you know, whatever he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, apparently they said he was successful after rehab, but you never know about people.
I think he was for a little bit, but then it's almost like like I get this with him, you know?
Yeah, I've heard some people say the guy was really never sober, probably. So
Yeah. And it was one way or another, you know? And I just think he was really good at hiding it. He's one of those addicts that is just able to hide their addiction sometimes, is, you know, the
yeah,
way it comes across.
I understand that completely. Okay, well, I don't really have other.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I know it's probably not what you were thinking and everything, and I'd like.
It's very confusing. It's like he killed himself, but he didn't. I've heard other psychics say that too. It's very murky, and I don't know why this is. I don't know if it was just he was coerced. I don't know. It's just a really strange, a strange one.
Yeah, I don't see anybody coming in and doing it's the thing. It's like I see him alone in the bathtub, like. That's just how it keeps coming.
Suggested, someone put a spell on him. It was a ritual murder. No.
I mean, they're saying the same thing about Aaron Carter, but let me tell you, Aaron Carter had huffed for a long time. He came to me and showed me he had a seizure, but he was coughing in his videos leading up. He was very high in his videos leading up. There's no conspiracy there. And it's kind of the same thing here. Unfortunately, Hollywood does this to a lot of people. Unfortunately, fame does this to a lot of people. So, and I know sometimes like we can't wrap our minds around it, right? We have to think that there's something else. Like we can't believe that he would ever do something like this. But people do things that we don't think they're going to do all the time.
True.
And like I said, it was done in a haste of the moment. I'm in this dark place and I don't want to be in this dark place anymore. He was tired of like his life. Like he had certain good things about his life, but when you're living your life high all the time, is that really living? And that's kind of,
yeah.
I feel like he just couldn't break away from the addiction. They show me that with chains being an addiction, and then they break away when they go to the other side. So it's almost like a freedom of it finally.
Wow. Wow. They don't go to hell if they commit suicide,
No,
right?
No. That's a misconception. No. All it is a break in your contract, or sometimes it's part of your life lessons. But you just go to the other side.
was this a contract, soul contract, or?
Yeah, it can either be a soul contract. It can be part of your soul contract, or it can be a break in your contract. Like you can't deal with your lessons anymore. You're done and over with, so you break your contract.
And then
And
you end up coming back again and doing it over?
you can, yeah. You can come back with the similar lessons or the same lessons and try to do better the next time. Yeah. But sometimes it isn't our soul contract.
My last question,
Yeah.
because I know you have other people, is can you tell if this was a soul contract for him, or was this a early break, like unexpected?
I think it was. I think he broke his contract. I just think that's how it comes across anyways. Is that he broke his contract. Like he couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Yes, you too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, that was a confusing one because I know what you guys want to hear and I know what he's showing me, so I'm like, well, shit. Do I say? You know, it's one of those things where I know it's going to be unpopular opinion, but okay, Crystal, are you still here? I know, guys. I'm sorry, my readings go really long. I'm sorry. Crystal, aka hey Kim. Never have to apologize for being late. Hey Lindsay. I like Christmas. That's so cute. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Clarice got her headstone. There you go. Okay. There's your validation. I knew it would make sense later on. Or once you thought about it for a second. All right. So Crystal, are you here? Kimberger. I know she already left, but I know I'm losing people. But yes, I did. There we go. Okay. Crystal, are you here? Like I said, if you guys don't stick around for me to make it to you, just hold of me. We'll either set up a live and do it or set up a private reading, whatever you want to do. But our Crystal, are you here? Yeah. I did do a soul contract video. It actually was really good. Yeah. I got to get through these readings because my dogs are going to just start bugging me in a minute saying they want to go outside. So is Crystal here? Crystal. Are you here, Crystal? Are you here? Yay, I'm glad you like being here. Sarcastic. Truth teller. Crystal, are you here? Crystal, aka Crystal, aka. Okay. I don't know where she is. She probably left. I don't blame her. So Marina Barola? Marina Barola? Are you here? Okay, Lady Grace. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it makes more sense that I mean, just like people, there's people, psychics out there that are saying that Aaron Carter was also some kind of conspiracy, and it's not, unfortunately. I mean, you can see that he's coughing in his videos. He's high as heck, and like he came here and showed me that he interrupted a reading I was giving. We had been talking about him, that's why. And he showed me him having a seizure, and I couldn't had problems with my throat area and my chest, like you feel like if you've been smoking or you've been around a campfire or something like that, and you feel like you have that in your throat and your lungs. Like I felt like that. I took a bunch of vitamins, went to bed. It was gone the next day, but it stuck with me for a long time. And it was only came in when I was talking to Shazam about him. And so I saw him having a seizure, and then I told him he needed to step back so I could. Yeah, well, he went back and forth to rehab, I guess. But anyways, he had a lot of problems too. He had a personality disorder and all that stuff. Like his body just gave up. You know, unfortunately, he helped for a long time, which would be why I felt the way I felt. And he came and interrupted a reading, and I was like, dude, now's not the time. Let's just, okay. I don't even want to talk about him right now because he's going to start coming in because I already feel it in my throat and I don't want to do that right now. So Marina Brola, are you here? Marina Brola. Oh, he looked like almost like a skeleton. It's really sad what it did to him. But there, you have some psychics that are saying it's some kind of conspiracy. No, it's not. It's not with him. I know that for sure, and there's evidence to back it up. The coughing on his lives is high as heck on his live. Like, it's obvious. But I don't want to talk about him because I'm starting to feel that feeling in my throat again. Mama Brola or Marina, probably saying that wrong. Marina Brola, where are you? Crystal, where are you? Emma Watkins, where are you? Any of those people, I need to get your readings done. If not, you're gonna have to contact me and we'll get it done. They probably left because I was a long freaking reading, and I'm sorry. I was trying to figure it out. It's hard to separate your mind from what you're getting because I know so many people think it's murder. So it's like, well, if I say this, it's going to be an unpopular opinion, and I don't want to ever misunderstand what I'm getting. And like I can get things that aren't even connected, like the fight and everything. That was big, but hey, Zook! Fucking idiot dog. He runs down the hallway like a dummy. I don't know. Zook, get in here and stop being like that. So, Emma Watkins or Marina Brola or Crystal. You guys, come on. Where are you? And if you guys don't show up, just email me. We'll either set up a live or we'll do a private reading. Come on, come on, come on. Crystal, 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 Crystal. Marina, Marina, Marina. Emma, Emma, Emma. Let me see if I can comment on their payments. Nope, I can't. It won't let me send a comment on freaking Cash App. There you are, Marina. Okay, we'll do you next because you're the only one that's answering. So go ahead and hit this link. No, go away, Aaron. Not now, not now. I think I'm gonna have to do a reading on him because he won't leave me alone. I'm getting that feeling in my throat against them. Every time I talk about him, he does this to me. Marina, I'm Marina. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. I'm really good at butchering names. Hit that link right there. So we get you taken care of. No, Aaron. No. I'm getting that damn. I know. She needs to click the link. Yep, I think I'm getting sick when he comes to me. I took like 5,000 milligrams of freaking vitamin C. I'm getting that feeling in my throat again. Like I've been near a campfire. Like I've been smoking. It goes from my throat to my chest. I'm getting that again. Every time I talk about him, we get that. You're okay. That's why I said some people don't like to do that. You're good. I don't know why you're embarrassed. You looked great. Okay, click the link, girl. Come on. I just posted it again, and it's pinned to the top of the comments. Yeah, poor Aaron, but I just can't communicate with him right now. I'm gonna have to do a reading on him or something, which I know too much. So I don't know why he keeps coming to me like this. I mean, I know. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want people thinking his family's involved or something. I don't know. Marina, hit the link, baby girl, and come on. Come on, come on, come on. I gotta do this because I'm gonna have to go because my dogs. So I, gotta get this. Oh my gosh, no. I don't want to feel like this. Last time I felt like this, it was with me all night until I went to bed and took cold mist and I woke up the next day. Marina, you see the link right there? Last time I told him, he came in and bugged me during a reading I was giving because we've been talking about him, and the seizure didn't match the person I was giving a reading with. So because I asked her and she's like, no. And I was like, okay, well, I said, it's probably Aaron because we've been talking about him and that makes sense with the throat and lungs. So I told him, I said, hey, I need you to back up. We'll do this another time. I can't do this right now. It's like every time I talk about him, it happens. It's the weirdest freaking thing. Yeah, she's there. I got her. Hi, Marina. Now I'm getting a headache. Oh, man. Hello. Oh, you're pretty.
Oh, thank you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome.
So what are we doing for you today?
I think I'd like the one that she was saying is like a psychic reading, but not a psychic reading,
it's an intuitive guidance. So I basically channel your guides off of, things that you have questions in your life about. But I always tell people that those types of readings are possibilities, like, because you have the free will to change it and other people have the free will to change it. That's especially when it comes to relationships or anything like that. So, and again, if you ask anything medical, I'm not a doctor, yada, yada, yada. I'll explain that, like, if we get into that. But some people ask me medical, legal questions. So basically how this works then, if you understand that, is so I work off of questions. For some reason, that's just how I channel, off of the questions. So you ask your question, I will channel, I will tell you what I get. We'll talk about it if we need to, and then we'll move on to the next question that you have. We could do probably about 4 questions for the donation that you gave, and roundabout. And we'll do that.
Okay. So in this sense, I should probably have 4 questions.
Yeah, you should be. We could probably do about 4 questions, depending on what the questions are. We'll just take it as it goes.
Okay. Is it normal that I can still hear the show? That's that lag. Is that normal?
Do you have it playing anywhere else? Like, do you have it on the YouTube? I don't see the lag, but.
Oh, I bet that is what it is. Hang on one second.
And then just validate as things make sense.
Okay, I closed it. That was me.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. You're all good.
So are you ready? Are you ready to go?
Yep, I'm ready to go. Just go ahead and start with your first question. And again, just validate as stuff makes sense as I get it. Okay.
Okay. I guess just anything as far as like spirit guides. I've been sort of trying to create a rapport and like a communication there. And I think I have received some advice that I haven't actually been taking. But anything as far as just that relationship would be really helpful.
Okay. So the thing with our guides is we don't actually we don't need to know who they are to work with them. Regardless, they work with us, we work with them. We don't need to know like a specific energy, what their name is, anything like that. Because I don't even know my guides, honestly.
Really?
Not in a personal way. Yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
know this, I know a couple that I have, and I know like how I work with them, but I just trust that what I'm getting is from them. So whenever you have certain ideas that pop in your head, or you're feeling pulled a certain way, like, okay, I need to study this, or I need to watch this, or I need to go look at this, that's all your guides. So they're kind of that intuitive pull that you feel. They help you with direction. They can't interfere with anything that has to do with your, your blueprint or anything like that. But meditation is a really great way to connect to them. There are specific meditations that you can do on meeting your guides. Those are really good ones to do, because I always tell people that guides is a personal journey, in order to meet them and learn how to connect with them. That's something that you have to kind of learn how to do, and you're doing that. You're tapping into them. It's just it's not as strong as one would think. It's not like they're standing there and they're telling you everything, just like spirit. It's more like a subtle hint or something that pops in your head. You ask a question, all of a sudden you've got an idea. That's your guides. I don't know, whatever it may be, and then all of a sudden you got something pop in your head. That's just your guides, telling you and answering your questions for you. So I'm really good at getting animal guides. If you're interested in knowing any of your animal guides, the other ones I can only kind of get if they show themselves to me. It's like I said, it's more of a personal thing. There is a blonde that I see. She's got really blonde long hair, and she's got kind of a flowing looking gown that she wears. I hear from ancient times, and she's one of your main ones. I get creativity, so I don't know if you have any creativity things, but she kind of pops in with your creativity. So she comes in, and as far as what I'm pulling up for your animal guides is I'm getting an eagle with you, and you can Google these and see because with our animal guides we kind of take on some of their traits. It's good to like say you have an eagle, like if you have like an eagle picture or an eagle little statue, like you can do that to kind of relate to them. So, we take on kind of their attributes. So you do have an eagle. I do see an eagle flying around. I know one thing about them is they're for sight or clairvoyance. But there's other stuff you can look up. I also get a frog with you, like a little green frog. I don't know. And sometimes they're actually animals that we like or we're drawn to as well. And there's also I get like a polar bear with you for some reason as well. And it's weird that polar bear comes in a penguin. We can get multiple, so I'm sorry,
okay. I didn't even think about the trying to communicate with anybody, but when you said the polar bear, I had a friend that did pass, and she used to love polar bears.
Okay. Well, you have a polar bear guide, so I would look into
What does that mean, the animal guide? Like, how would you?
They work with you the same way that like the regular guides do. They come in, like I said, if you Google what each of the guides mean, because there's so much I can't possibly remember, it will tell you the ways that they connect, why they're coming in, and all of that. So, but you have a penguin too, so it's kind of weird. You have two Arctic two Arctic animals there. I don't know what that's about, but I would just look into it. Also, they show me that you have like I think it's a black panther. It's a really big black cat. It reminds me of like a black panther. So those are the ones that are stepping forward for you. And I would be interested to see if you connect with any of those, like if you like any of those animals, because sometimes we have a pull to certain animals that are our guides. And same thing with animal guides, like they can come in and out and they can also stick with you. Like I know my wolf sticks with me. He's my main one and he's with me all the, he's stuck with me in my life. But you have some that come in and out depending on what you need them for.
I see. Okay. Yeah, because the frog, I've loved frogs since I was little. Like I've always loved frogs. They're like, I just love frogs. And then the eagle is super. Yeah, the frog totally fits. The eagle fits just because in probably the last 3 years, like you said, with the clarity and clairvoyance, like just constant, whether they're like eagles or falcons or just so that one fits, like you said, for that specific time for sure. The polar bear I only really thought about for my friend, but if you're saying that's a guide, I'll definitely look into that with the penguin and the cat too. The black
penguins,
cat.
I do know that penguins mate for life. I know they're very loyal. That's the only thing I can remember from penguins. I have an animal speak book that like goes over everything in depth, but because for some reason I connect really well with my animal guides, so for some reason I just get them for people. They're easy for me to get, but
very cool.
Regular guides not so much for whatever reason.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you told me that because I was groping for a name for so long. There was one that I felt was really predominant and I thought actually might be like a masculine, but that was really soft and I couldn't tell. And I was trying to get a name, and at some point that was the feeling, was like, I'm not concerned with the name. I'm not concerned with you knowing the name. You don't need to waste so much time being concerned with the name.
It's not really important to know a name. And you can have multiple guides. It's not just we have one. But the woman seems to be strongest around you, and I get like an Anna, Annabelle, Anna, Annalise, Anna, and there's an Anna with her name. And that's just coming in as we're talking about her. But the Anna is prevalent, but it feels like it's longer than that.
Gotcha.
Oh, names are hard. Names are hard all the time.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
They're hard for me. They're hard for me even in readings. So it's like something that's not easy at all with anything. Awesome. But you can always ask your guides for a sign, like a specific sign, and see if they'll send you one. Like, can you send me a feather to let me know that you heard me? And then you might run across a feather, so that you can ask your guides specifically for certain signs and see what they're communicating with you. You can also auto write your guides. I mean, if you have questions, you can sit there and, be like, I want to try to connect to my guides, and then just write, ask questions, and then just write. And don't think, type or write, whatever works for you. And don't think. And then when you're done, just reread it. See if your answers are there. Those are other ways you can connect as well.
Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. This is only the second time I've seen you. I watched another one you did that blew my mind. That was awesome. And I think it was like a missing persons one that was really good. You're awesome.
Thank you.
I should have thought about better questions. Is it cliche to ask about like a partnership? Is that too specific?
It's not. No, people ask me all the time, but I just have to remind people, that partners, like, based on free will, like someone could be put into your life, but it's up to you, you guys to decide to be together and all of that. So you currently single?
No.
Or are you asking about a partner that you're with?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's what does he happen to have brown hair?
No.
Okay. I don't know who this guy is I'm saying, and now I don't know why I want to say it.
Just go with it. Trust your gut.
Well, it's because I keep getting this reference to, in a couple years, I keep getting this brown-haired guy. And
like a future, like in a future.
Yeah. And so I'm not saying go break up with your boyfriend and wait for this guy to come. I'm not saying that, okay? they just keep showing me like there's this guy. His hair is kind of like it's brown, but it's like on the longer side. Not like way long, just like, kind of like longer. And it's like I see light eyes with him. Like either blue or green, or hazel. It's kind of a light color. And they keep showing me him. Now, again, I don't know where he fits, but I'm just going to say that so that you can hang on to it. And again, you have the free will to, if you're going to stay in your relationship or not. But we always are in relationships for the reasons that we're supposed to be in relationships. So sometimes it's learning, sometimes it's a soul contract. Like there's always a reason we're in the relationships that we're in. And so I'm trying to see what they give me with you guys. So I feel things they're okay. Like they're pretty good. They're kind of like I don't know if it's just like there's not enough passion or there's not enough. Does that make sense? Like it's not like, it doesn't feel fulfilling like you feel like it should.
Yeah, like I just like currently I just feel like he's maybe like a little like blocked kind of emotionally.
Okay. Because that's what I'm getting, like not like a passionate kind of thing. It's not like an emotional, like you're not getting emotionally what you need is the way that it's coming across.
Yeah, like I'm game, but I just don't feel he's very like, I just feel like he's very closed off.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that was sort of the heart of the query was like, is that something worth hoping for or like trying to work at? Because I'm just lately I feel like maybe that I can't do that for somebody else. If that's
right.
If I'm accurately feeling that, that's kind of, someone could stay in that space for a long time.
And that's something that like you're gonna have to decide if you want to go down that road with him, because he does feel like emotionally closed off. That's why I'm saying you're not getting what you need from the relationship in that way, like emotionally. Lady Grace says you're gonna be checking out brown-haired men now.
Is it you?
It's weird. It's so weird because like I keep getting that guy and I keep getting like water around him, like he lives near water or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. It might just be where he's from. You know what I mean? But okay, I'm trying to focus on this other guy. They keep showing me him. So this and the thing is with that guy, he's got kind of like a strong jawline and he's actually really handsome. So I'm like, okay, quit showing me that guy. Let's get into this one. I'm just not sure that this is something that's going to last. I feel like it's a learning relationship. And again, that will be up to you two if you want to work through it or not. It's one of those things where like the connection doesn't feel like it, like it doesn't feel like on fire like it should, I guess. Or
yeah, I feel like I'm more, I just feel like I'm more, yeah, and I feel like I'm more willing to have that, right? I just feel like that's not even really in the cards for this person. Like they're okay with what it is. It doesn't feel like it's lacking anything for him,
Yeah.
Like he's okay with it and doesn't feel like there should be like a deeper, so yeah.
And that's something that you're going to have to decide on if you want that or not. Because I feel like you want more. I feel like you want a deeper connection, like, and I don't think he's going to bend on that. And that might be why I keep getting like this other person, like a couple years down the road, which timeline shift, but, and that one feels more like a life partner. So this one feels like a stepping stone, a kind of learning thing. And again, I don't think it's like I can't get over the feeling like you want more and he's not willing to give it, or he's not going to give it, or he's very stubborn in that way and he's just like okay with how things are. Like he's not you like the romance. Like I feel like you like the romance and he's not into the romance.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just
you're
very,
like a more emotional person, and he's not like emotional at all. Like you want to be shown that you're loved and cared for, and he just doesn't put in the effort. Like that's how it comes across.
yeah. Yeah. And he's like, he's good with that. He's like, that's, and I'm like,
And you're like, no, I need you to try better, dude. And it's one of those things that you can't change people, and it has to come like in a natural thing. It has to come in a natural flow. And, when you force people to do things, it's just going to throw everything off. So you just kind of have to, decide if you want to stay around and kind of stick with this, or if you want. The other guy feels like he's pretty successful. Yeah, I'm with Gina.
you
I
mean
would
like emotionally in that regard, like just more open?
The other guy that I see is going to be passionate. Again, I'm hoping, because it's crazy, because whenever I see people for other people, like I've seen where it does happen. Like recently I saw somebody for someone, and they got together with him. They're like, oh my gosh, he is what you said he looked like. But it took them for me to message them and be like, oh, you're in a relationship now. Didn't we talk about that? And then so she goes back and she's like, oh wait, yeah, okay, he does look like you said. So I like when that happens, but it's not always like a for sure thing, depending on what path you take. But they're showing him pretty strong to me. But it feels like this feels like more of like a soulmate feeling, like a passionate, like you can't keep your hands off each other kind of feeling. Like that's how it comes across. But I keep getting water around him, so I don't know if he's from like the beach area, or I don't know if you live near water, or if you might end up moving near water, or he might be moving to where you are from water. But there's something like right now, like he lives by the beach somewhere.
Oh,
I know, it's whenever I get future stuff, people are like, okay, but then when it happens, they're like, oh well,
like,
wait a second.
that fits what
Yeah. So it's
cool.
one of those things, like depending on the free will choices you make, the free will choices he makes, the divine timing of it all, like you guys could meet. But this guy that you're with is just not. It feels too much work on your part, like for him to like show you what you deserve. Because I just feel like, looking at you, you're a beautiful woman. You have so much going for you. You're very kind. I feel like you have a very kind heart, and you're very compassionate, and you need someone that's going to match you in that level, right? We're all about vibration, right? So you need someone that's going to match your vibrational level. Otherwise it's not going to work out. And I just feel his vibration is down here and yours is up here. Does that make sense? Like you're not matched vibrational wise. And that's why, I feel like you would be better off alone at this point instead of pushing the way that you're pushing. But again, that's up for you to decide. I would never tell anybody to leave their relationship.
No.
So it's just the vibrational frequency isn't, I don't like the way, like he's just like, I don't think he sees the way that I'm even seeing you. He doesn't realize how lucky he is. And I think that he's just like not emotionally available.
That's it. Yeah. And that's what I mean. I think just like his heart's not in it. And I don't think.
And if he really cared about you that much, and if he really had like a strong connection to you, he would show you, right? It wouldn't be just like, okay, I have this girl, I've got a girlfriend, I'm just gonna, she's not going nowhere. I don't gotta do nothing. Like that's how it feels. And I don't think that's right for you. You deserve more. Right. And we need to go for what we really want and what manifests what we really want. If you're not happy, it's better to go where you are happy. Like I feel like you would even be better on your own. Like it doesn't even feel like you're in a relationship half the time. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's really disconnected. And it took me a while to kind of get like, that's not me. That's him. Right.
Yeah.
And that's like a use of his will. So, okay,
Your
awesome.
decision.
Thank you. Well,
It's
thank
your
you.
decision. That's just spirits, what they're saying. So
Yeah, I appreciate that. And that's what I mean. I get some advice and I don't really hear it, or I don't want to hear it, or I don't take it, or I think I'm going to take it and then I don't. So that's really helpful. Thank you.
you're welcome.
I really don't have, I can't really think of anything really good. And I know you've been at this for a while, so.
It's okay. Are you
Um,
thinking, is there gonna be I have no idea why I'm seeing this either. I don't know if there's thoughts of moving or thoughts of a new house or there's something with a house because
I've been,
they're showing me a
I,
house.
I just think about like that's something that I've felt a lot, and I'm not sure if that's my thought or someone trying to get me to be open to relocating, almost like maybe my job would, like through my job or just do something not necessarily my plan, that an opportunity to come to move would happen. And like I feel like a heavy encouragement to at least consider it, whereas like I wouldn't probably normally consider it. And
I think you're going to, and it's funny because I think you're going to end up near the water. Which is weird that's coming in with what came in earlier. Because I keep sensing water around you. I don't know if maybe you like the beach or you like water or you like the ocean or it's somewhere where you would like to be. I see this nice house and it comes in like it's a possibility of a move for you.
that's really interesting. Yeah, I've been feeling just like everything in my life's really good and it's really stable, and just the general, like you said, just the general kind of thoughts of like
You're bored.
um I'm pretty comfortable, but it's like don't get so comfortable because there's more good things. And just like you were like in discomfort to have these good things, it will be a little bit of like feel risky like this did, but it will be even better, just like this was better, you know? So it's like an encouragement to be open to it and not cling to this, like not cling to this good thing because there's more good things.
Okay, well, I do have to tell you that whenever you feel this way and you're feeling like there's more out there and you're feeling like, you're having these thoughts of moving, that usually means that it's meant to be, that you will move. When our energy kind of shifts, we leave where we are. So it's no different than like when people leave a job, they're leaving it because their energy no longer fits there.
Right.
So it's the same thing of leaving a residence, your energy no longer fits there, or a state, your energy no longer fits there. Okay, so you've risen, like me moving from California here totally boosted everything for me, intuitively and everything. So it's almost like the energy is better. So usually when we have those thoughts, it's for a reason. Don't dismiss those thoughts.
Mm.
Because I actually see like, it's weird. I see like a nice house and that usually tells me there's going to be a move of residence at some point. And, it's kind of weird. I keep picking up water around you. And I don't know, I'm not saying you're going to live like right on the beach, but like a place where there might be a beach or some form of, water. And I think it's interesting that was coming in about this guy. And now it's coming. Then they're showing me a house, but they keep taking me to like a, I keep picking up. I can't help it. It keeps coming in about the water and the ocean, and I don't know if you'll just be better there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm curious if you have any Pisces or something in your chart. Like if you have any water, because it feels like there's some kind of water that you would benefit from being near.
I don't think so. I don't know enough about the birth charts, but it's funny you say that because I did just try to get mine. Oh, kitty. I did just try to get one, and I don't think so. I don't think there's Pisces.
You can do astro.com and you can put in the time you're born and it'll give you your moon, your rising, and your sun. They used to do it for free, but I think you can always just Google whatever you get for your moon, your rising, and your sun. I keep picking up like a Pisces, and that might be the guy.
Oh,
as
okay.
well. So I don't know if it's the guy or if it's you or why I keep picking up water around you guys. Like I just keep picking up like the beach. It's weird.
Like so that would be
but
like a significant thing.
I get a lot of my predictions happen, so I wouldn't dismiss it.
No, for sure. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
Okay.
I'm taking notes.
Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, what else do I need to tell her? And then I kept seeing the house.
Yeah, and that's all I have. I don't really have anything else. So yeah, unless you've got anything else that comes to mind or Um,
I keep seeing kids around you too, but I don't know. Does that have anything to do with your job, or is that something you want one day, or do you have?
I don't have any. I'm
Okay, I
not
didn't think you
opposed.
had any. I didn't think you had any, but I see like 2 kids around you. This is a future thing, I think. Because I don't think it has to do with your job. I think it has to do with you. They just showed me these 2 kids running around you. It feels like boy and girl. So they're pushing me into your future pretty far. It's probably with the guy they kept showing me. I can't get rid of him.
The water guy. The water guy.
I'd be curious if he just like, he might do water sports or something too, or just really like the beach or just live by the beach. But I just think it's funny that I'm getting a house, like a nice house, and I want to put you by the water too. It's just kind of weird how it's kind of coming in. You're going to have to let me know because
Okay.
this will drive me crazy if I don't get an update if this happens. So you will have to update me because like people that I tell them, oh, you're going to be pregnant, and like, nah. And then before you know it, they're messaging me, I'm pregnant. I'm like, thank you so much for telling me that because
Like
I like
the
the
validation.
validation. So
For sure. Very cool. Well, I appreciate it. And I will
yes.
let you know. And I will remember if said events happen, I'll be like, she told me this was going to happen.
Yep.
So
please,
thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
because it's very clear around you. So I just am now I'm like on the edge of my seat. Like, oh, is this going to happen? I keep getting referenced to 2. So like within the next 2 years,
Okay.
and timeline shift, but usually it happens like around that time frame if I get it. So we'll see.
Very cool. Thank you again. I just think you're awesome. I love what you do. Thank you for doing what you do. And thank you for your time and your advice. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Wait, one
Thank
more
you.
thing. Are you planning on going out anywhere? I keep getting like a bar restaurant. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's for like a ladies' night or I was trying to hang up on you right now, and I keep seeing the inside of a bar. So I'm not really sure what that's about. I don't know. It could just be like you go there with a few friends or something. I don't know. Sometimes they show me irrelevant information, but
in a more or less positive way, or in
like
a
a validation kind of thing. I don't know why I'm getting it. It's she said maybe that's where you're man at. You never know. He might travel and might be in a bar. I don't know.
How funny.
I'm just getting that and it's got like lights on the inside of the bar. So I don't know. Maybe you might go there with friends because I've had that come through before and people don't think anything of it. And then like, you know what? I went to a birthday party and it was here and it might not be anything big, but
maybe pay attention if that happens.
Yeah, I always like, if I get it, I say it. It might not mean anything to me now, but it might make more sense later. I don't know.
Okay. I'm taking notes. So
okay, good.
Awesome. Thank you again. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, I have one more question. Oh, I lost her. Dang it. Marina, do we want to cut that, or she probably doesn't want that out there? That's fine. We don't have to do that. Probably like, no, none of my business. Is there an Emma Watkins or Crystal? Are they here? Emma, I don't know. Emma something. I need to relook at this. Is there I have to pee really bad. Right? I doubt it. I don't get a lot of men that watch, but I've got more lately. I'm not hot enough. Emma Watkins. So I'm looking for Emma Watkins, and I'm looking for Crystal still. And again, if you guys see this live, please reach out to me, email, Facebook, Instagram, so that we can set up your reading, or we can come back on here and do it live. No, because when I walk down there, my dogs are going to go off because they're probably like, Mom, you need to come let us out now. So I've been on here almost 3 hours, so it's fine. I will just hold it. Dang it, they're not. What am I going to do? There is nobody next. That's it. Just Crystal and Emma. And again, if they're not on, I need them to get with me because I never like to take money without giving a reading unless somebody wants me like to do just a regular donation. I had that happen to one person. I've been trying to get with her to do a reading for forever, and she just is not doing what I ask. So it's kind of frustrating me. They're not here. You've just missed this Vanished and Forgotten, haven't you? You've missed this. You've just missed these lives because we haven't done any in a while. Yeah. I think I can hold it. I might not be able to hold it. That's weird. I really can't hold it. If I move, I'll probably pee. My dog's name is Violet. I don't want to because when I walk down the hallway, my dogs are going to freak out because they're going to be like, Mom, it's time to go. I have 85 people waiting to come in the group, but none of them have answered. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. Just kidding. I don't have 85 people. But there's a lot of people that have not answered the questions to come in the group. See, I've got 21 requests and they haven't answered the questions. If people come in the group, they need to answer the questions or I cannot approve them. Yeah, right. I know, but they're going to be like, oh, I'm ready to go out, Mom. So I don't know where my people are. I guess Emma and Crystal have to get back with me. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny because I don't know if really he looked like a Baywatch person, but he's pretty hot in my mind. Like, I mean, I sure don't see him exact, but the last guy I described to someone, they're like, when they went back in their reading, they're like, oh, you know what? He does match as who you saw. Oh, it makes sense. I get strong jawline a lot. And I don't even know what that looks like. His nose is kind of pointier if she's watching still. I don't even know what a freaking strong jawline is, really, honestly. So yeah, but the thing is they're gonna want me to take them out when they hear me. I'll try. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Frickin' Libby. Libby's crazy. Every time she sees me, she thinks it's food time. I don't know where Emma Watkins and Crystal went, but wherever they went, they need to reach out to me. Yeah, Karen, you can reach out and get a private reading. They actually didn't bark. Well, they started to, but she doesn't. Vanished and Forgotten thinks I have an unlimited amount of energy, and she doesn't want me to stop because she thinks I have an unlimited amount of energy. And I do not. But Libby tries to jump on me because she thinks I won't have. God damn it! Sorry, Lord. Sorry, guys. My cat just, I think, burned himself on the candle and it fucking splashed everywhere. What the heck is wrong with you, dude? All over my thing. Seriously, dude? Would you burn your tail? Now I have wax all over everything. Thank you. Thank you, Angel Kitty. That's Quentin's cat. Thanks a lot. Dude. Angel Kitty burned himself. Dang it. You got wax all over my brand new thing. Freaking Ezekiel. Yeah. Yeah, Quentin goosed Angel Kitty. I don't know where he went. He's fine, but I just think I think that's why he jumped like that, because he burned his tail or something. I don't know where he went. I don't see him anywhere. Yeah, he should know better than to get up there. That doesn't look like a place where cats go. Down there, you can go down there. But now there's wax everywhere. Darn it. It's gonna bug me. Violet's bugging me. Who do you want to see, Shaw? So, if you want a private reading, Shazam, I don't, right? I don't think I'm gonna, I'm feeling kind of tired. I'm getting a headache all of a sudden. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more readings tonight. I do try to do lives whenever I can. Just watch for, like, make sure your notifications are clicked. I do private readings, and you can reach me through thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com or Facebook or Instagram. If you just look up The Psychic Sleuth, you can find me on there. So yeah, I don't feel good all of a sudden, and I don't know. I have a freaking headache. Not feel good, but I just feel drained, and I got a headache. I just don't know that I can do any more readings. Although I have two that I owe people, and I hope that they. Which one? Which kitty do you want to see? You want to see Libby? Is that what you're saying? I still have her in the bathroom because she's so small. I'm nervous. When you're too tired to do a donation video, you should do another pick a card. Yeah. Those were kind of fun. But it still takes energy to even do that. Even do the pick a cards. Oh, you want to see Libby? Okay. See if I can sneak in there again. Libby, stop acting like a crazy person. There's Libby. Remember how like she was all like tired and stuff when we did that live? She's not like that anymore. I can't even hold her. Angel Kitty ran when I saw him. I think he got singed. Baby. She's probably saying, Mommy, I want to eat again. I want to eat again. She's probably gained. Look at that fat belly. Yeah. Look at that fat belly. She's gained a lot of weight. Probably 3 pounds, maybe. Maybe. I know, she's so tiny. That's why I haven't really put her with anybody else right now because but she's grown a little bit since last time. Look how she looks a little bit bigger. She's definitely heavier. She's definitely putting on weight when she eats so much. She eats so much. No, Ruby. She doesn't want me to hold her anymore. She used to. She purrs a lot. She's crying. Eat again already? We just fed you like 3 hours ago. You're fine. What, Rose? You want to see? See, they're getting antsy. I'm going to have to go. Hey, no hissing. Cats haven't really met her yet, so they're going to hiss at her. Okay, I'm going to go put her away. Now, she's freaking gained a lot. And look, her eyes are clear. Look how pretty her eyes are. They're so clear. All right. No, I don't think so. I don't know what he wants to say. So she is crazy. She will jump on top of the counter and knock everything into the sink. And she just is nuts. She has so much energy. It's insane. None of my other cats are like that. Not that bad. She's nuts. So that's good. That means she's healthy. All right. I think I'm going to get off though, because every time my dogs are starting to bark and like act like crazy ones, and I don't blame them because they probably got to go potty. So, yeah, if you want a private reading, just get a hold of me. The tub, yeah, she can jump on the toilet now by herself, and she jumps on the counter and she knocks everything that I have on the counter into the sink. That's her favorite thing to do. She has all kinds of toys in there. She's potty trained herself, so she's potty trained now. But she has a little toy that I put in there and a bunch of little like things that she can play with. So, and I go in there and hang out with her for a while every day. But she's so small. I usually, when they're that small, like have a huge crate that I put them in and like everybody can smell her and stuff. But I don't have that right now. So, yeah, no more stalking. But yeah, reach out to me if you want a private reading. Like I said, through email or Facebook or whatever. And I'll probably do another one on here. I'm so glad that you found my channel too. Sarcastic Truth Teller. That means a lot. Emma and Crystal, I hope that they will reach out to me. I feel bad because I didn't get to them and they disappeared. So everybody have a good evening. I will see you guys soon. Violet, stop. Okay, here we go.